Modern finance did not emerge from chaos. It was built, not in a single decade, not by a single corporation, but through families, alliances, and institutions that learned how to accumulate and retain influence over time. Early banking houses did more than store money. They financed governments. They underwrote wars. They funded railroads, shipping lanes, and national infrastructure. And in doing so, they gained something more valuable than capital: access, access to rulers, access to policymakers, access to sovereign debt markets. That access compounded. Wealth transfers across generations. But so does proximity. A child raised inside financial influence inherits more than assets. They inherit relationships, education pathways, boardroom introductions, institutional familiarity, and familiarity reduces friction. When crises strike, market crashes, regulatory shifts, currency collapses, smaller players fail. Larger, diversified interests consolidate. Mergers occur. Assets are acquired at discount. Market share concentrates. Over time, this produces a simple pattern: financial power clusters. The myth is that modern banking is constantly refreshed, that each era resets the hierarchy. History suggests otherwise. Capital compounds, influence compounds. And when capital and influence move together, they create insulation. Large financial families historically diversified across borders. They maintained relationships across governments. They embedded themselves into advisory roles within emerging regulatory frameworks. They did not rely on one system. They participated in many. Industrial fortunes evolved into holding companies. Holding companies seeded foundations. Foundations influenced education and policy. Policy shaped regulatory environments. Each layer reinforced the other. This is not conspiracy theory. It is structural concentration. Fact. Over time, finance tends to move towards centralization. Large institutions absorb smaller ones. Regulatory barriers increase the cost of entry. Networks become tighter, not looser. And networks matter, because markets are not purely mechanical systems. They are social systems. Who advises whom? Who sits on which board? Who rotates between public office and private finance? These patterns shape outcomes long before headlines appear. In Origin of the Blood, I trace how financial dynasties and institutional alliances built architectures designed to accumulate across generations. The focus is not scandal, it is structure, not secrecy, but concentration. Because when wealth compounds over centuries, it does more than grow. It narrows the circle of influence, and the narrower the circle, the more durable the position. Financial power is not random. It is cumulative. It is relational. And over time, it concentrates. If you want to understand how modern banking reflects centuries of accumulated influence rather than spontaneous merit, the deeper structural analysis is laid out in Origin of the Blood. In finance, the real question isn't who rises, it's who remains.